Networking and marketing made simple is for you, the business owner who has a product, a service, or a message that you believe in. My name is Scott Aaron, and each week we'll take a behind-the-scenes look into the real-world marketing and networking tactics and strategies for getting what you have in front of you to a lot more people. Thanks for spending time with me, and now let's get started. Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Networking and Marketing Made Simple, backed by popular demand. Now, not just by me, by the listeners. My wife, Nancy, is here again.
Dun, dun, dun. Hello, hello.
So anyway, before we get into the main topic of today's podcast, which is our 3 favorite tools that have helped us scale our businesses, just want to congratulate all those that took action and joined our group coaching program. So excited for you guys. It is going to be an epic, epic year, and we are so grateful to be on that journey with you. Now, even though the 40% discount is done, it ended last night, there is still time to join at our regular membership price for the Expert Authority 12-month group coaching program with Nancy and myself. So the link of how to join is in the description of this episode, and the coaching and the ability to join will be open until 12 p.m. noon Eastern on Wednesday. The cart officially closes. You will not be able to get in. I'm sorry, unfortunately, but if you're thinking about it, you want to join, jump over the fence, come join us, and we can grow together. So you can find that link in the description of this episode. We would love to see you in the group. If anybody does have any questions, feel free to reach out to us and we can talk about the program and what it does. Now, so let's talk about our 3 favorite tools, because you and I are all about streamlining. You and I are all about working smarter, not harder. And we love technology. I love technology.
I love technology.
So we're going to go over 3 tools that Nancy and I use, and we'll explain how each of them work. And they are going to blow your mind. So number 1 is called Repurpose Dot Io. Nancy, tell them about Repurpose.
Right. So Repurpose is an amazing tool that I stumbled across, probably about a couple years at this point. Yeah, a couple years ago. And it solved for a couple things that I really needed solving. And one of them was, I just wondered, I'm like, you know what? If I post a video or if I do a Facebook Live, I don't want to have to go on and now download it and then publish it across all these different other platforms. And so I came across Repurpose.io, which mind blowing. There's a free version for I think one workflow, or it's like a paid version at like 20 something a month. And what it does is it allows you, okay, and I'll give you just this one scenario. It allows you to do a podcast episode. And so you actually connect your podcast up to the workflow. And after you do the podcast episode, what it will do is it will actually create a YouTube video. So it actually looks like the little sound waves, and it'll have the picture that you picked out for that episode. It'll automatically go ahead and publish that on YouTube for you as well. And I believe it'll also publish on Facebook and all the other platforms that you connect it to. So that's one example. The other thing that it does, if you want to connect it so that if you do a Facebook Live each week, right? So let's say you want to do like a weekly tip every Tuesday, and you kind of want to talk on your blog topic or whatever the theme of the week is, you can go ahead and connect it so that every time you do a Facebook Live, Repurpose.io will then share that across the board to any of those platforms you want to connect. So it does YouTube, it does, your other Facebook pages. I believe it shares to LinkedIn if it's in a certain, range. But you get to connect it to a lot of different platforms, and at that point, you are working smarter and not harder when it comes to video.
Yeah. So the one thing I love that I use it for. So you can also, here's the cool thing. So you can create these workflows where you can connect your podcast, if you have one, to YouTube. You can also connect your podcast to LinkedIn, and you can connect your podcast to your Facebook page. It could be a business page or it could be your personal page. So here's the beauty of this. Every time my podcast drops, which you guys know is Mondays and Thursdays, as soon as the episode goes live, Repurpose grabs it and turns it into a video that can be listened and watched on my Facebook page, on my LinkedIn page, and on my YouTube channel. So I have over 1,500 videos now on my YouTube channel where I'm not on YouTube producing those videos. Repurpose is publishing my Facebook Lives over there. They're publishing my podcast episodes, and I actually pick up clients from YouTube because of the consistency of me showing up on the platform every Mondays and Thursdays, outside of the Facebook Lives that are also on there as well. So if you're looking to work smarter, not harder, you have a podcast or you want a podcast and you're wondering, how do I get more listeners? How can I draw more people to it? How do I do a Facebook Live and put it onto my YouTube channel? Or how can I streamline it to LinkedIn or wherever you want to put it? Repurpose.io is your place to do it. So that's number one. Number two is something called Otter, Otter, AI. So Nancy, tell them about the beauty of Otter.ai.
Absolutely. So Otter.ai is an amazing program, right? I was searching far and wide looking for a transcription program, right? So anytime I wanted to transcribe video or audio or anything into written text. And I did a huge search. I was looking all over the place. And of course, I found, quite a few paid options and different things. But Otter was the one that I came across where they had an amazing free version. And I think it's up to 500 minutes. It might even be 200. I'm not fully sure. But it's obviously something that Scott and I pay for because it is such a wonderful program. And I was looking for it because one, okay, I use it in a couple different ways. I have a lot of clients that actually do have videos that we actually help them upload to different platforms, things like that. And in order to create the descriptions, I love to transcribe the first few minutes, right? So I was taking that, I was transcribing the first few, and I was putting that up on the posts that would go out on YouTube and a couple different things. So anyway, Otter.ai definitely helped with that. The other thing that I was looking for was whenever I was creating standard operating procedures for my team, right? So that's giving them clear direction on what I needed them to do. I was shooting quick videos, I was doing screen shares, and it was a pain in the butt to go back through and to try to write out each step. And so I wanted the ability in a program to be able to play those videos back or slide and drop those videos and have transcriptions of the instructions. And so within that, that's again where I came out with Otter.ai. Take it a step further. And with Scott, one of the things that we wanted to solve for was Scott doesn't really love to write blogs, but he does an amazing job jumping on his podcast, jumping on his lives and different things. And so I guess Scott's going to share how he uses Otter.
So Nancy advised me, get Otter. I'm using it for the SOPs with our team with BYOB. And you don't like sitting there and typing, why don't you just start an Otter.ai account when your podcast episode drops? Go on, get the original audio, import it into Otter, and you can download it into a Word document that you can then go back, space out, delete the ums and the
Zhuzh it up.
ahs and zhuzh it up, as Nancy says. And then you can then post it on your blog. And I'm like, OMG.
I love when he actually takes my tech tips. He's like, "Oh my god."
No, because
Oh my god.
well, it blew me away because I love consistency. I love putting content out there. I love SEO, search engine optimization. And again, if you want to be that expert authority in your space, having a blog is something also that you should consider having. And for me, having Otter.ai in my back pocket, and just to go a step further, if you ever put out a LinkedIn video or a Facebook Live and you're just, talking and you're training, you can download those too as well. And they can be translated into an Otter.ai. So what I really want you to understand is the fact that, again, we always talk about working smarter and not harder, and that simple application of being able to take your podcast, transcribe it, download it into a Word document form, going back and spacing everything out, taking out things that actually make sense, and then making sure that it's aligned with the topic that you're talking about, and then make it into a blog. You're showing up in a much, much more fluent and better way. Now, the last one is something that Nancy has recently introduced me to, and it blew me away when she showed me what it does. And this one is called Shoreby.com. Now, just to let you guys know, all three of these, all three of these will be in the description of this. Repurpose, Otter, Shoreby, just so you guys know, what they are, how they're spelled. So Shoreby is an amazing, amazing resource that Nancy uses. So Nancy, tell people about Shoreby. And again, there's other things out there like it, and I want you to talk about that, but why Shoreby is so much more beneficial.
Yes, no, absolutely. So, for any of you out there who have seen something called Linktree, right, on Instagram, okay, I'll take you here. So, Instagram, you can only post one link, right? And when you click on that link, it takes you wherever you want to take them. Now, there's a lot of people who have something called Linktree, which, in my opinion, Linktree is great, but it's not the most aesthetically pleasing. It's not the prettiest. And I don't know the full capabilities of it, but I came across something called Shoreby. And it's not Shoreby.com. I think it's like got a weird, ending to it. But like we said, we're going to actually drop you all my resources so you can click on them and you can actually download them from there. But anyway, what Shoreby is, you can even see an example of this. If you go to my Instagram.com/the BYOB agency, I invite you to go to my profile and click my link, right? It's like Nancy Shoreby, whatever. Click on it and see what it looks like. And the neat thing about it is I've installed my Facebook pixel onto it so I can actually track and I can collect analytics. So I know how many people are coming to my actual page, which is pretty cool. I can also share new and different things that we have coming up. So whenever I'm posting any platform, really, it doesn't have to just be Instagram. I have the ability to say, hey guys, go into my bio or click the bio or click the link here to learn more or read the latest blog or do the latest thing. And they can go and click, and it's like a nice little few different links in there where they can click and find that thing. So, for example, I currently have in there is the Expert Authority Program, which, like Scott said, it's only going to be offered for a limited amount of time. So, coming soon, we're going to obviously take that off there. But it also has information where if you want to learn more, you can go to our website. It's got the resources that we're going to share with you guys today in there as well. It's got my blog posts, right? So you can check out my latest blogs, so on and so forth. And for so many people, I know that there are mixed feelings where people are like, you should not put a link tree type thing, or you should not put multiple links in there. I think it's the best thing that you can do because, again, whenever you interact with people, and so many are doing it right now, right? You're connecting and interacting. A lot of people just out of curiosity, right? They start clicking on your stuff and they click around and see what you're all about. It's a link that people can go to and very quickly just access all your greatest stuff. I mean, you could even put on that Shorby, you could put your favorite blog post or maybe something that your audience really resonated so greatly, and you can put it in there. The other way that I see people using it, guys, in 2021 and the years going forward, one thing is using it on Clubhouse. Right. So many people are saying, like, whenever you join Clubhouse, which is an awesome app for those of you who haven't heard of it, it's kind of like an ongoing podcast and a place for you to interact with others. But in that bio, right, you have plenty of space to write a bunch of different things for people to connect with you. But what if you just shared your one Shorby link and said, check out, check me out here? And on that Shorby link, you obviously had a video there, could be a YouTube video to share a little bit about you. You could have your website, you could have one of your favorite podcast episodes, so on and so forth. So Shorby is just a really cool, I call it kind of like a little personal sales page with all your good stuff. all your little nuggets. But I absolutely love to use it. I think it's great. I think it's very pretty, and I think it's got awesome analytics on the back end that you're able to pull and have.
So those are three of our favorites: Repurpose, Otter.ai, and Shorby. And again, the links to those, or where you can search them, will be in the description of this, along with the registration link for our Expert Authority program. Regular pricing just kicked in today and will be available until this Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, when we will be closing the doors on the program. So number one, congratulations to all those that have taken the step to growing their business and their brand with us this coming year. And as always, thank you everyone for checking out today's episode. Please enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye, everybody. Welcome to the Networking and Marketing Made Simple podcast. I am your host, Scott Aaron, and each and every week I am going to come to you with powerful, simple, and easy to put into action tips and tangible takeaways of how to grow your online business, your online brand, and your business bank account. I will also be coming to you with incredible guests where they are going to be sharing their story about their entrepreneurial journey, about what they needed to do to get to where they are, and they're sharing those tips with you each and every week with me. And again, success is not simple, but it can be made simple with simple steps to create the success that we all truly deserve.